What's up, YouTube? It's QahirTheConqueror here. Welcome back to my channel for yet again another video. In this video, we're gonna explore why it's so vital that we keep going. We're gonna explain what it means to keep going. Throughout life, I'm pretty sure we can relate to this. Has anyone ever told you, have you ever heard the saying or the phrase or anything similar? Keep going. Keep your head up. Just keep going after it. Keep chipping away at it. We hear that, and oftentimes it's just kind of like good small talk or something to say when you don't know what else to say. Or sometimes there's genuine positivity that is emanating from that when it's said from whoever says it. But it's so simple, yet we don't really understand why it's important to do that. As I mentioned over and over and over again, and I don't think I'll stop anytime soon, one thing we all can relate to, no matter whether your skin color looks like mine or whether it doesn't, no matter if you're 7 feet tall or if you're 4 feet tall, if you weigh a little bit more than the average person or if you weigh a little bit less than the average person, whatever gender you identify as and things like that, life is not easy for any of us. Rich, poor, black, white, everything else in between. It's not that simple. Life comes with a lot to it, and that just is what it is. So we all can relate to this concept. Now, with that being said, when adversity comes your way, when things that you can't control, unfortunate circumstances come your way, I will highly advise you to keep going. And I'm going to explain what that means, and I'm going to explain why it's important. What does it mean to keep going? And me asking that might make you think and go, what does it mean? But it's not that simple, and it's not that complicated. It's somewhere in between. For me, what it means to keep going is to not give up. But obviously that's not going to satisfy this video. But in layman's terms, it means don't give up. What does it mean to keep going? It means that whether it's a goal or a dream or a vision that you're trying to bring into reality, trying to bring to life, and you actually have done the work to formulate that, to plan out a strategy, breaking down a big goal or whatever it is, step by step by step. If you actually have done that or are in the process of doing so, keep going. What does it mean to keep going? It means don't give up. Don't abandon that idea just because things are a little shaky or things are a little rocky. Don't completely abandon that idea and never come back to it. Don't give up on something that was put on your heart or put on your mind, because who are you giving up on? Yourself. Who are you letting down? Whoever would have benefited from you bringing that into reality. That's something we don't think about, because it's easy when it's just you. I've heard motivational speakers say this before. Eric Thomas, it's easy when it's just you're counting on, because you can let yourself down easily and go, I was tired, I was sleepy, my hand hurt. But when you have people that depend on you and people are counting on you, people's livelihoods at stake, that puts a little bit more pressure and makes you a little bit more accountable. And that is what it means in one example, to not give up and to keep going. You're currently experiencing mental turpitude and trepidation, and things are rough. Things ain't looking good. Keep going. Don't give up. Keep going. Don't give up. You're not the only person in the world going through something. Other people either are experiencing the same thing or other things, and they're weighing on them just as much as you. So what does that mean? Why is it relevant? Struggle is something that we all encounter. It just comes in different forms. Keep going. Don't give up. Why? Because you can get through it. Now we're going to break down why you should keep going. Why Why should I keep going? It's rough, man. I don't know how to do. I don't know what I'm doing. I got this, and this. Insert whatever excuse you can. The why is a little deeper than the what. The first thing I think is important to think about is that, as I just mentioned, you're not alone in your struggle, even if it feels like it. Because when we're feeling that pressure from the mind or that external pressure from everything else, it's easy to feel alone, to feel small, to shrink. It's easy to. It feels like it's just you going through that, especially if you don't have a support system that you can vent to and find healthy outlets to do that. Other people went through it. Some got through it, some didn't. Why is that important? Because number one, as I just mentioned, some people overcame it. Why is that important? Because if they did, you can too. If they overcame it and they have human elements just like you, it wasn't a zebra, it wasn't a giraffe, it wasn't some space cadet or something that floated down from, no, it was a human being. I'll give you one of the best examples that I was taught of how we have already overcome so much to get here. Path and the journey that happens during the reproductive process. When sperm has to travel to the egg, you were 1 in a million, or even I think 1 in a billion. You came here. You're on the earth now. You had to go through immense conditions. I'm not even going to talk about it. If you're interested, you go look it up and go see what a sperm has to go through in order to fertilize the egg. And then also, just because you get to the egg doesn't mean that you're going to be the one that is victorious. You got here. That was probably the biggest obstacle you'll really ever have to overcome, because if you think about it in that aspect, anything that we experience is easier than that. Why should you keep going? Because if you give up, if you quit, if you allow yourself to be defeated, if you remove yourself from this planet because of all of that pressure, you'll never know the what if. You'll never know if it was going to work out. You'll never know if you were going to get better, if you were going to get help, if you were going to help other people. See, that is why I think it's so important to think about the rewards of going against the flow, against the grain. That is why I think it's so rewarding, because there is the process of struggle, and then there's the end point when you get through it. Usually, in many cases, when you get through that fire, you realize so much. And you see that stuff might have sucked. You might have been through things that you won't speak about. You might have been through things or seen things or witnessed things that nobody else needs to know, because it was that life-changing for you. But once you get to the other side of the horizon, you'll see that in a way you kind of had to go through that to become the best version of yourself. And you'll see that it was all worth it. See, athletes, if you can relate to this, do you know what we do to our bodies? Although the human body is capable of many things, I don't think it's designed to do athletic activity as much as we do for as long as we do it. And then the training, the practice, and the recovery and the rest. Do you know what athletes do? And this is just one example. And guess what? All of that, because it's not easy, it's painful, it's easy to give up and quit. It's all worth it when you're celebrating the victory. It's all worth it when you're cheering on your teammates in the locker room. It's all worth it when you win and you see what had to be put in order for you to get that result. It was all worth it. It might have sucked in the moment. It might be a lot you're dealing with in the moment. It might feel like you can't escape. It might feel like there's no hope, there's no help, there's no answer, there's no solution. But that is the weaknesses of you speaking more so than the strengths are. You have to take initiative to find solutions to your problems. And that might not be a 1 day, a 1 week, a 1 month, or a 1 year process. It might take time. So that is why you have to keep going. That is what it means to keep going, because I promise you, you can do it. I'm not making this video because I just want to inspire people and be fuzzy. I'm making this video, number one, because I want to stress the importance, but number two, because that's what I've had to do my entire life. Things have gotten hard and shaky, and I've experienced things I don't feel comfortable speaking about now, but I got through it. I just kept going. I just took it a day at a time, chipping away at it. And then what I learned is that when you experience these things and you find a way to battle them and you win and emerge and come out victorious, you can help so many other people because you can share your experience. And one thing that we can do as humans is relate to the human experience. That's what it means to keep going. Whether you're experiencing sadness, anxiety, depression, breakup, grief from loss, financial insecurity, whatever struggle you're experiencing, take it 1 day at a time. Celebrate one victory at a time. And just believe that even if it doesn't seem like it in the moment, you can emerge victorious. And you can and will get through it. And you'll be so proud of yourself because you kept going and you didn't give up, whatever giving up means. I hope this video helped. If it did in any way, please like, comment, and/or subscribe. Thank you. Stay tuned. See you for the next video.